Hi, Yakjay. It's been about a month now and I'm back to record the vlog as promised. But this might be a real mess because I did too much in such a short amount of time that I don't know if I'm going to forget something or if I'm going to be really bad at explaining everything, right? So, I'm going to do the best I can. Right now I'm in my new room. The walls are slightly blue. I don't know if you can tell. The sun's not really helping. Oh man, where do I even start? Yeah, I left at the end of last month. I just remember it was a Thursday because I'm recording on a Thursday now too, right? So, oh man, to backtrack that far is really gonna hurt my brain. um, oh, if you hear random laughing, just so you know, it's my roommate. She's on the phone too, and she's really loud, so I hope you can't hear her. Oh my god. Uh, yeah, so I left at the end of last month. It was a random Thursday. I had one chance of leaving without anyone noticing me because if I had said anything, they would have like trapped me there. So the weather was so nice. I messaged you that day, right? The weather was so nice that day. I remember that much. But it was so fucked up. So you know what happened? Everything was going well when I left because it was nice and warm. Then right when I was about to get here, it started pouring rain. All my well, I didn't have that many clothes with me, but like everything got soaked. So when I made it to this room, I hung everything up on the curtain there. My landlord saw and he thought it was flipping crazy, but I'm like, I needed them to dry out, right? So it was like that for like a week. Anyhow, so I left. I got up at like 5 something that morning. Like I don't remember because it's like stuff that's not important. I don't remember, right? Like it's not important to me, even though it's like an important life event, whatever. I got up around probably around 5ish or so. Like I normally would to go to work, right? But like I already finished work the week before. Um, yeah, I got up around like 5ish. Acted like everything was normal. Figured out all of the like um the escape route because I've never taken this direction before. While I had to wait around, I messaged you, and then when I was on my way here, it started raining. But so I got up the point. I I woke up at like 5. The ride here was really long and I couldn't sleep, right? There was moments during the day when I could have slept, but I'm like, I can't sleep, right? And then by the time I reached here, it was like midnight, right? So it was like dark when I woke up and dark when I got here, right? So my friend, um, she's lived here for about a year now, and when I was preparing to come here, because at the time I was thinking about leaving, right? And I'm like, well, if I leave, where the hell am I gonna go, right? So she was talking to me months before, and she's like, oh, well, her and her fiance, they've been like living here for like a year now. And he was down with the idea for me to come and like stay, right? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna build up my paychecks and then come crash here, right? Um, but then a week right of when I was coming, he suddenly didn't want anyone to be here, right? And I was like, holy fuck. So we started having problems and things. And my friend told me, like, I don't know if it was that day or like that week, but he wasn't gonna be there, right? So she told me I can quickly crash there until she helps me find a place. So he doesn't know that I stayed there, right? Because he would have been pissed. I don't know what for. She told me he had really, really bad experiences with roommates, but I'm like, I'm not rooming with you guys. This isn't like a forever type thing, right? But anyways, it was midnight. I was kind of panicking because I'm like, I'm not staying in some, because I'm like in the middle of nowhere, like how I usually like it, right? And there's not really, like when it gets dark, it's dark here because there's no like street lights, right? So I'm like, I just got in, I got here to like the middle of like fucking nowhere. There's no way in hell I'm gonna stay at like a hotel or something by myself where like crackheads and prostitutes and everything walk the road. So she knows I'm uncomfortable and he's not there. So she's like, okay, crash the night, whatever, right? So I get here. She gets a cab to come get me. We have like a midnight like pizza party. Cause she's like, Lisa, you didn't eat all day, did you? I'm like, fuck no. I'm like, my head was here. The rest of my body wasn't functioning. Couldn't sleep, didn't eat. It was like a long, like it took a whole day to fucking reach here, right? And she's like, you know what, we're gonna eat some pizza, then we're gonna crash, right? Because she works from home a couple days in the week, right? I don't know how many days, right? So she's like, lucky you, I'm working from home today and I gotta go into work tomorrow, so we're gonna stay up, have pizza, and then get up and go to work the next day, right? The first thing that I remember from then was when I met their cat, right? Like I met Bilbo, right? He's like this orange white cat, right? And yeah, first thing I remember is that he scratched me, right? And I bled those first couple of days. It's not that serious, okay? Um anyways, yeah, so that night I took 2 bags with me and basket. So right now, like Flowers, like yesterday he was tired as fuck, so he's snoring, he's passed out downstairs, and I told Basket to go like check on him, right? So Basket's not here, it's just the violin there right now. But Basket and them are downstairs. But anyhow, when I left, I took 2 bags with me and the violin on my back, right? It poured rain. It's fucking midnight. My friend comes in a cab. I'm like, oh my god, her fiance's gonna kill me because I let her come in, like, cause it's like um it's not like back in the city where like it's like frequent where you get cabs and buses and things. Here it's like really sketchy, right? Like you could fucking go missing. There's crime happening here every 2 seconds. But I'm used to it because I come from the ghetto ass area, right? So like for me this is like nothing. So I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking kill me. But I'm like, it's not even that far. The cab ride's not that long. If she takes too long, she gets kidnapped. I'm like, fuck, he's gonna kill me. But anyhow, she comes in a cab, comes to get me. We reach back to her place. We had pizza. I meet Bilbo. She's like holding him because that's like her child, right? So, um, she said he's friendly, but he's not friendly. I'm like, initial meeting, she didn't trim his claws, so he fucking attacked me because I'm a stranger in that house, right? Like he's used to like her fiance side of the family being there all the time. She got excited when I showed up because I'm like one of the only friends she has that is like in the area. Yeah, so he wasn't used to me being there, so I got attacked. Not that night, but the morning of, right? So they don't live far from here. Well, technically it's far, but for me it's not far because I'm used to walking everywhere. If you walk or you take the bus, it's like about 50 minutes, right? But I'm like, you gotta pick your poison. But anyhow, 50 minutes isn't long for me because back when I was at home, going back and forth from the house took about an hour, right? And just an hour walking for me is like nothing. Anyways, fiance didn't know I stayed that night. He might now, but I don't think he'll watch this. For the love of God. Yeah, I stayed the night. They have a spare room in the house, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna crash there. But the house is so messy because she's so busy and there's a lot of things going on. And like Bilbo sheds and he's a fucking asshole. So I crashed there that night, right? Like I had to, cause I was completely soaked. Like I didn't have the having like an umbrella. I can have an umbrella with me, but having it open and carrying all those things was gonna be a pain in the ass. So I'm like, I might as well get fucking soaked. So I took off all the layers because I'm like, everything's gotta dry out now, right? Then I went to sleep, but she doesn't have blinds in that room. So I'm like, okay, that's great. Like, what the fuck? I crash in that room. My allergies go off because it's dirty as fuck in that whole house. She's doing a better job of cleaning it now. We had to be cleaning it. I'll get back to that story. So yeah, I crashed there. He didn't know anything. I got up that morning. Um, she went to work. I was on my computer for a bit. Um, then when she came back, we went to the mall because the mall's like 10 minutes from her house. Um, she dropped me there because he was gonna come back in the middle of the day then. So it had to look like I had just got there, right? So, um, so I was like nervous because I'm like, this is gonna be my first time meeting him, and I'm like, he already like I don't know if I'm gonna give off a bad impression because already he's like uneasy with having another person there, right? Because he had such bad experiences with other people. I'm like, I'm different from the other people, guy. Like, can you not freak the fuck out? Anyhow, I'm at the mall, chilling at the mall while she's at work, and then I'm supposed to like magically show up at the house, right? um, so he's done work. He comes to get her in the car, and then he comes to the mall to come see me. So it's the first time I encounter this dude, right? So I don't know what the fuck I'm expecting because she didn't like brief me in on anything. She's like, which is what pisses me off. Like I've known her for like ever, and she's still like this. So like before I got there, I talked to him over the phone, but I didn't see him, so I don't know if he saw me. But he was like giving me every reason that I'm not gonna be able to survive here on my own. And I was like, everything he's saying, I'm like, that's not fucking different from what I'm like doing now, right? Or what I was doing before. Cause he's lived here his whole life. So she told me the story how they met, right? So she was telling me how, because all of us when we were studying, we were supposed to go down the Ottawa side, right? And me reading energy and being me, I'm like, I can save money and do what I need to back over there and then like, fuck up everything else. You know how everything went. Well, everybody else is down in Ottawa having a good time. So shit got expensive there. But she met him down there when they were at the uni, right? So I don't know if it was his friend or his brother, but he told one of them, he's like, I'm gonna go down by Ottawa side if you guys get me a job down there, right? So he was working down there while she was studying, and then somehow they met up. And he lives here, and it's cheaper to like, if you're making good money, it's really cheap to just like settle here, right? So because it gets expensive, he tells her he's coming back here, and she comes back here with them. They get a house. They've been there for like a year, right? Anyways, she's just telling me, it was a cute story. She's telling me it. So, anyways, I talked to him once over the phone. I was like, I don't think I gave off like red alarms, or red flags. So then he comes to pick me up at the mall. Because I'm just walking around, like, because I need to stretch my legs. That ride from, like, right? Because I was, like, sitting for so long. She's like, that can't be good for my circulation. So, like, I went to walk around the mall, just to kill time or whatever, because I couldn't be in the house. And my allergies were fucking killing me. I was like, I'm gonna die. He comes to get me. car is just as of a fucking mess as the house. It's a little bit cleaner because it's his car, but anyhow. So I officially get to meet him. Then he's still, I can still, because I'm reading his energy at that point, right? And I'm like, he's still not on board with me being here. And then, like, recently I found out why, right? Because my friend's been fighting with our other friend because she didn't like him. So he's, like, in the back of his head, he's probably thinking, like, I'm probably not gonna, like him being with my friend either, right? But I'm like, I don't give a shit. Who the fuck what you want, right? He realized that, like, too late, right? I was like, what the fuck? But me and him are close now, but anyhow. Yeah, so he comes to get me. Then he lets me stay at the house after like interacting with me for a little bit. He's like, okay, you can stay. Don't waste money at a fucking hotel. And I was like, but you suggested it first. So I was really hurt by that. I was like, what the fuck? You hurt my feelings. Anyhow, we get to talking. She doesn't cook, right? So like he's like, did you eat? And I was like, no. So he's like, okay, we go to the store. We're gonna go pick up a few things. Because they're like this. Like, you guys think I do things quick, but like with them it's faster. Like all my friends and everything are like here, right? And then for me, I'm like here. And you guys, and for you guys, like here is already like here, right? Imagine how I feel. Like I'm always behind with them, right? Everything's so fucking fast paced. So like when he came to get me, 1 minute we're at the mall, next minute we're shopping, next minute like things were going like this, and then we were at the store. He picked up. He's getting a sense for how like I am, right? Um. Yeah, we're at the store. He picks up. He's like, Lisa, you have any like food restrictions or whatever? Because he wants to know what I eat, right? And I'm like, I don't have a fucking problem. Just get whatever. I'll eat whatever, right? Because he's gonna do the cooking, and I didn't know that. I was like, oh, because he was telling me, he's like, Aaron and them. Aaron told me not to like eat pizza all the time, and then my boss told me not to eat fucking loaves of bread all the time. Then her fiance goes and he's like, don't eat takeout all the time. I swear to fucking God. And I was like. Anyhow, I haven't been doing any of those things, but they're so fucking annoying that they have to like warn me over shit because they did those things. They're like, don't do what we did. I'm like, I'm not you guys. I'm not gonna fucking do those things. But anyhow, we're at the store and he's like asking me what to eat, right? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Just do whatever. If you're gonna cook, I don't care. So he ends up getting Katie because, and then she rolls her eyes. She rolls her eyes because she's like, fuck, not Katie again, because she hates it, but he fucking loves that stuff. And he's like, finally, I have an excuse to eat this now. He's like, Lisa, you're gonna eat this with me, right? I'm like, yeah. So we end up having, he's like Aaron, where they're like fucking experimenting with food, right? My roommate's like that too. I'll get back to her, okay? Anyhow, so he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna experiment with Katie. So he ended up getting like hot dogs and whatever, and mixes all the different kinds together, and we're eating that for dinner. And he's watching me, and he's like, because he gave me like a normal size amount. He looked at me and he's like, I don't know if I should be giving you this portion, right? But I'm like, I didn't eat or anything the whole time, and I'm like, he's gonna be surprised to see how much of a black hole my fucking stomach is. So he gives me like a normal portion, not what he would eat, but like slightly less, right? Like probably like the same amount as my friend. She's really picky when it comes to food, but anyhow. He watches me eat, which is kind of irritating, but like he's looking at me and he's like, you want more? And I'm like, no. Because he wasn't expecting me to finish it, right? Because I don't know. So after he gets a good impression from me, he's like, you know what, stay a couple days, right? He's like, we'll fucking figure it out, right? Cause he's like, he was panicking over like the work and the accommodation situation. Cause he's like, what in the fuck? But because I read the energy and I know what's going on already, I'm like, I'm not worried. He's looking at me like, how come you're not fucking panicking? And I'm like, it's hard to explain. Like I can't tell him this. So my friend knows I read, right? So stay there a couple days. remember how I told you I'm gonna meet my landlord soon? I meet him through them, right? So I'm like, I felt this energy going off because we were going through all these different listings and stuff, and I was like, this one, I can feel it, this one. So my landlord's kind of like a workaholic. Not that he wants to be, but because like that's how the situation is right now. So the day I have to go meet him, like we were doing a whole bunch of stuff, right? We were shopping and doing a whole bunch of stuff. Like cause he told me, he's like, Lisa, like, cause I'm renting out this one room, right? And he's like, I got really lucky, you know, because like all the places I looked at, I'm like, I don't want to be in a fucking basement, right? And then when like this place was it, right? Because I'm like, I'm still on the second floor. I can get some sunlight. I can look outside the window. Like I don't feel like, you know, like I don't feel trapped. Anyhow, so my friend, because she works for the government and things, like when she's working, she's bored as fuck, right? She's like, oh my god, it's like, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna love looking for places for you, because she used to dorm and stuff back in Ottawa, so she's like, she has experience with this shit, so she's like, okay, while you're recovering, because my body was so fucked when I got here, allergies were going off, I didn't really sleep well, and then I think I got sick that first week, so I had to really fucking recover. When I met my landlord, I was like dying. I was like, fuck, I have to give a good impression, or I'm like, he's not gonna let me fucking stay here, right? So, so yes, because she had experience with dorm stuff, she finds this place, right? And I'm like, that's it, because I've been reading this energy for a while now, and I'm like, that's it. This is it's this place. So we were doing a lot of stuff that day, because her fiance's name's Matt, right? So Matt, he's like, Lisa, we gotta go get a bed. If you're gonna come stay here, we gotta go pick up some shit, right? Because he's got the car, right? He's like, how are you gonna get a mattress and stuff and you don't drive? I was like, oh yeah, good point. And oh my god, I looked at him, I'm like, get the fucking cheapest thing as possible. Like, I know I need something, like, because I wasn't gonna get it. I'm like, I need something fucking clean, right? But I'm like, I was dying because I'm like, I had just like suffered so much fucking financial loss. I'm like, to spend $500 on a brand new fucking mattress, I'm like, that's gonna fucking kill me. But he's like, if you don't spend the money on this, what are you gonna do? I'm like, fuck, okay. Yeah, so 500 on a bed, and I was like, oh my fucking god. Yeah, so we went mattress shopping, and then we went to go pick up groceries and stuff. The dude's really strong, right? He likes to carry everything. He was also lobsterfied. The sun is really bad here. You have to wear sunscreen, or like you go like 10 shades darker, right? Like I didn't realize that until when I was at the mall. I picked up some flats, right? Because I'm like, it's quick to take on and off my shoes, right? Because I brought my glitter sneakers with me, because you know, in case like, you know, kidnapping or some shit happens, I'm like, you can follow the glitter trail. Although a lot of it washed off when it rained. Anyhow, I haven't worn those shoes since I got here. I bought a pair of flats and I've just been putting those on and off. And it was really, really hot those couple of days. And my feet tanned so fucking bad. Like you could see the tan lines. I'm like, holy fucking shit. And I'm like, if I lobsterfied, I'm like if he lobsterfied, I lobsterfied 10 times worse. Like I... You can clearly see the line on my foot from like, right, my I went like 10 shades darker, like fucking hell, like my feet are burnt. Yeah, so my friend was complaining because he doesn't believe in fucking sunscreen, so like he's like fucking red, and she's like, the wedding's coming up, she's like, how the fuck? Yeah, so we pick up the mattress, we go shopping and stuff. I didn't know we were gonna go meet my landlord that day, right? So we stopped in at his workplace. I thought we were just gonna go pick up other things. I didn't know that was the landlord. As soon as he looked at me, he's like, yes. Because she was telling him, he's like, I need her to rent out this place now. Like, she wouldn't give up. And he was like, why is this woman so fucking aggressive? Then he saw me and he was like, well, then I asked him, as soon as I met him, I'm like, how soon can I like move in? Because I'm like fucking dying at their place, right? And he's looking at me, he's like, what in the fuck? But I'm like trying to tell him without telling her that like I'm dying at your place. And fuck. right? Because they're gonna be a married couple soon. I'm like, I want to get out of their hair. I feel like a really weird third wheel being in that house, but I'm like, the fucking cat's there and he's like attacking me and all kinds of shit. Anyhow, so he's already like sus. He's like, what in the fuck? He's like, okay, because he already had. So he had just bought this house last October, right? So he moved in Halloween Day, right? And he told me, because I find this out later, right? He told me he moved in Halloween Day and he couldn't afford the house, right? So he had to rent it out. So he was working with two guys or one guy who knew another guy, something like that. I'm telling the story so poorly, but he knew these two guys. He rented out this place to them for like 8 months, right? And then he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna rent it again because I had such a bad experience with them. But he's like, I feel like I need to help somebody, right? Yeah, and sorry, she's really loud. Um, yeah, so he rented it out to these two guys, and he's like, "Ah, man, I didn't have a good experience with them. I don't know if I should rent it out again." And she was like really pushing him. She's like telling him like, I've known this girl my whole life. Like, fucking rent this room out to her, please." And then when he saw me, he's like, "Yeah, okay." So these guys were leaving at the end of the month, and I was supposed to move in at the beginning of the month. But I kept telling him, I'm like, I can't stay there for like I couldn't tell him, but I'm like, I need to. Can I come in like earlier than I'm supposed to? And he's like, he had to talk it over with the guys that were here before. And they're like, okay, yeah, I can come, right? So I had everything ready, but um the bed frame, right? So I didn't want to plop the mattress on the floor, right? Because I'm like, the floor is kind of sticky and weird. I'm like, it needs cleaning. I'm like, what the fuck? um so then I ask him a next weird question because he's looking at me like I'm a fucking psycho, right? He's looking at me because there's 3 men in this house. I come in like a week early, and I tell him, I'm like, can I sleep on the couch downstairs? And he's like, what in the fuck? He's like, why? And I'm like, I don't have my bed frame. And he's like, put the mattress on the floor. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. I spent 500 on this, and it's gonna be as pristine and clean as it possibly can be. He's like, okay, do whatever the fuck you want. So I crashed on the couch for like, I don't know how many days. It was a good couple days, right? Because I'm like, fucking bed frame's not here yet. And I have to put it together myself and everything, right? So, um, my landlord was happy to let me come because he was like, I made these dudes uncomfortable, so they left quicker, right? So he's like, bless you for making them leave. Because they had agreed on certain things, and he told me they kept like, they were very like he told them like in his how do I explain this? Like he said he rented out to two guys, but every time he came, there was like at least 4 of them here. He's like, why the fuck are there more people here than like agreed upon? And then he said they were really noisy when he had to sleep. So, anyways, because I was here, they couldn't go about doing their normal bullshit, right? Because now they have a witness here to see what the fuck's going on. So, because I made them uncomfortable, they left. Anyhow, I had fun sleeping on the couch for like a couple days. um, they were nice though. Like, after the initial like really fucking awkwardness, because they like, as I was telling my friend, because she's like, Lisa, what the fuck are you doing? You can't sleep on a couch and there's 3 dudes in that house. Are you fucked? Matt was telling me the same. And I was telling them, because I can read the energy, right? I'm like, I know I'm okay. Nothing's gonna fucking happen. Everything's okay. So she's like, keep your phone near you and message me. She's constantly messaging me, right? And she's like, Lisa, tell me what's going on. And I'm like, they don't act like people, right? And she's like, oh, they're giving off goblin behavior. And I was like, what in the fuck? And she said, yeah, Lisa, that's normal when you like rent. And I was like, okay. I was kind of, well, I wasn't worried too because I knew I read my landlord ahead of time, so I know it was gonna be okay. But like, I heard all of the horror stories from her and from Aaron and from everything, and I'm like, that's not gonna fucking happen to me. um, I don't know, that moment when I met him at work, like I knew. Like the minute we looked at each other, we knew. Anyhow, he's only like maybe 4 or 5 years older than me. Like he doesn't give off old. Anyhow, I'm crashing on the couch for a couple days. Everybody's uncomfortable but me, except for my landlord. He's like, okay, whatever to get the fuck these guys out of here, right? And then right when these guys are about to leave, I meet them. My landlord, the first thing he asked me was if I could cook, right? Because he's like, how, because he's looking at me really weird, like, how am I surviving, right? Like, even after, like, it's been a month, he's like, you're not dead yet? And I was like, fuck off. Yeah, he told me if I did, he said, not in the room. He's like, I gotta make sure it's rentable. He's such a fucking ass. But anyhow. Yeah, I tell him I can't cook, right? And he's like, how the fuck? So he's kind of worried. So I got lucky because at least he's kind of a caring type, right? So he goes off to work, right? So he leaves 8 in the morning ish and doesn't come back. Well, he'll come back in between for like a break. He'll leave at like 8. He'll come back till 5 ish. And then leave around like 10-15 minutes after that. And then come back till like 7. Right? But then I don't see him till like 9. It's like a really weird schedule, right? So he's basically gone the whole day, right? And he was worried about what I'm gonna eat, which is really weird. Because normally when you rent a place, they just leave you do whatever and then go, right? But I'm like, why is he like so up in my business? But yeah. So I didn't know. He told one of the guys, because one of the guys, they cook and then they head to work, right? But I didn't know, like, they're here during the day. Like, it was dead quiet. I thought I had the house to myself. But anyhow, yeah, dude cooks in the morning and then he goes off to work midday, right? So I didn't know that, right? I thought they all leave early in the morning and then I have the house to myself and I can relax and do whatever the fuck I want, right? Because he had given me, like the night before I came here, because we had just had the mac and cheese and hot dogs, right? When I was at their place and then they dropped me here. We were talking with my landlord until it got dark. Then they left and then he gave me a house tour when it was fucking pitch black. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I can see shit when it's dark late at night, right? So I figured the next day they'd all go to work and then I can check out the house and see what's going on, right? So like the next day, while he's telling the guy to like make me breakfast, I'm like looking around the house, seeing what I need, like, you know, like doing all the calculation in my head, right? Because they kept messaging me and asking me what's going on. And then Matt told me, he's like, Lisa, did you see the house? Yeah, I'm like, yeah. And I told him, I'm like, he showed me his room and everything. He's like, Lisa, he showed you his room? He's like, he didn't show us. And I was like, oh my fucking God. He's like, red flags, red flags. I'm like, I'm fine, bro. Fuck off.